just got back. It's stupid hot outside today. I think it's like 100 degrees or something crazy. We did a lot of things. We ended up at the We ended up at the violin shop because kids needed their violin books, and then Nala got another one. And then I discussed the cost of buying the violin versus the renting, because, you know, I've spent $1,200, more than $1,200 on the rental already, and I have a solid probably $3,600 worth of rental in my future. Does it make sense to buy it and then pay for the maintenance and the bow and the hair and the strings and yada yada yada? So they did an excellent job breaking that down for me. Long story short, or short story long, I will be buying them their violins. And they let you pay for it in payments, which is the same way you pay for the rental. So I'm like, oh, honestly, it's actually the same thing. It's just that instead of paying for it for the next 7 years, I could just pay for it for the next 12 months if I wanted to. I mean, or I could just buy it outright. Now I bought a bunch of yarn. I also bought the world's largest crochet hook. She's got plans. Another book. The Joann's bag fell apart, so I had to take her stuff out. And then I bought this because I don't know how to crochet, but Nala knows how to crochet. And if my 12-year-old daughter could figure it out, I'm gonna say there's a potential that I could figure it out. My 50-year-old mother could also figure it out. I feel like I should probably be able to figure it out. Then we went to HomeGoods, and I got these cute new bags. They're so cute. Let me show you what we got. There's a whole lot of stuff we probably did not need to get. We were just killing time today, but it was so cute. So I told the kids they could decorate. We don't decorate in the house, right? But I told the kids that if they wanted to add like a couple of things in their bathroom, they could. So they got these bath mats. One of the kids picked this one out. The bath mats are, I don't want to say they're pricey because they're not really pricey, like compared to, you know, a regular store. But to me, I was like, oh dang, that was like $17. So $17. And then I got some to-go coffee cups. So cute. I love them so much. They have like little pink ghosts and like little pumpkins. So cute. $5. So it's just if the kids want something to like take a drink in the morning. Obviously not when it's a million degrees, but I also bought another one of these super cozy blankets. This one has a cat on it with like little fish bones. So cute, because our house is always cold. We're perfect, if you ask me, but everyone else thinks it's freezing. I have a lot of blankets in the house. And then some little cat, look at them. And then I got some cute little ones for the bathroom as well. And then the kids picked these ones out for their bathroom. It's just like a little family with a dog. I wouldn't have picked those ones because we're a cat fam. But speaking of, we saw the cutest little cats at Glass Hopper in Aurora because I ordered the glass shelves for my basement, $336. The brackets and the bolts were just shy of $200, so I'm about $530 into the shelves, and I'm just doing L-shaped smoked glass, bronze glass with black brackets, and I think it's gonna look cool. So that's what I ended up going with because he said I couldn't do the hanging shelves that I originally wanted to do because the ductwork is right above it, and I said okay, so that's just my sign that I need to think of something else. And I didn't want to go through the counter because the other ones, they stand, you have to drill into the counter. I didn't want to do that because I just bought that counter and it was the most expensive thing down there, and I'm not married to the concept of the shelves. So then I was like, let's just go in this direction, and I'm satisfied with that. I think figuring out the shelving for around $500, like would I have been happier at $200? Duh. But I'm satisfied with that, and I felt like that was a pretty good cost. We got that, and they had a cat there, 20-year-old cat, the cutest, like little tiny, it was so little, and it was so cute. So then we went to the violin shop because they have an outside cat too, and she said the cat died, so that was sad. But now the Glass Hopper has a cat, so we still got to play with cats today. That was the moral of the story. Some chips from HomeGoods. This one's so good. I got this at World Market. I forgot I bought glass stuff. This is the other mat. See, it's like almost like an inverted version of the other one. I bought these because why are these like the world's fanciest like plastic forks? So if I have people over, they have like real handles, but they're still plastic forks. There's 36 of them. They were kind of expensive because they were 10 bucks, I think. But this is like if I'm hosting like for real, but I still don't want y'all using my forks. You know what I'm saying? And then down in the basement, since we're gonna be washing dishes down there, there's no dishwasher or anything like that. I bought a drying mat where, oh, it says a set of 2. There's 2 in here? Oh, there are two. But I bought these so I can just keep them in the cabinet and then pull it out when I'm just, you know, after I host or something and I want to wash a bunch of dishes on there. And it has cats on one side and the other side is just solid black. I guess my aesthetic is cats. And then I want to do a cooking video, and so I need something kind of festive but not over the top. Kitchen towels, I thought they were really cool. Nightmare Before Christmas is an awesome movie. I bought this little set of bowls to stylize, like, I'm just trying to think of styling the basement bar shelves. How cool is this little bowl? I don't normally buy Halloween stuff, but I couldn't pass this little guy up because this little mummy is a toothpick holder. So you put your little toothpicks in there and then you put little appetizers on the plate, and I just thought it was so freaking cute. And then I bought little toothpicks so I could put them in there and then I could, you know, oh my goodness. And it was only like 10 bucks. Heck, the toothpicks were $5. That felt a little overpriced. I would have been happier with $2.99 on that one. And then I bought these, which are just some round cutters, but they come with like a resealable container, which I really like, because I want to make some round pastries, and I didn't have any, and they were only $8. So that's what I bought today at HomeGoods. And I gotta put it all away. Okay, you're a little crooked. Hello, good morning. Kids went back to school today. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to our regularly scheduled programming. I have the house all to myself. I am just going through and accomplishing many things that need to be accomplished. I'm happy to report, okay? I was down, hands and knees, face in carpet, hard sniff. The smell is what, I mean, I don't want to say it's gone, but it's gone, right? 5% smell, okay? I attacked that area that they peed on. Whoever did it. We had our suspicions this entire time. Coco has been taking the blame. She's been taking the blame, Crash. We've been talking bad on her name. She was first one to the vet. First one for the ultrasound. First one with the little thing in her butt, okay? First one. Today's Crash's day. And today I went over there like, that carpet is looking glorious. Look at it, beautiful. And then I got in there, and there was a wet spot. And I was like, what is this? And immediately, as soon as I went over there, Crash took off. I said, I think it's Crash. I think it's Crash who's been doing it. Great, so perfect. I'm gonna shampoo the carpet, obviously again. I don't know what to do. Somebody was like, put aluminum foil there. Girl, if you think that my entire basement's about to be covered in aluminum foil, like, now, are they just gonna find a different spot? I don't know, but he is going to the vet today, so if something is wrong with him, which I don't, he's behaving completely normally. A lot of you are like, put litter boxes down there. What do you mean? There are 3 massive litter boxes cleaned no less than once a day, sometimes upwards of 2 to 3 times a day, okay? Sometimes Lewis will hit it, I just hit it, the kids will hit it, no less than once a day, multiple times a day. Well, maybe they don't want, that's fine. Those are not the only litter boxes in the house. There are so many litter boxes. You don't see them because I don't want to see them, but they're in places that the cats like to be. So it's not that. The litter boxes are clean. We have 2 different kinds of litter because they don't necessarily love the same one. They're healthy relatively, right? Like we're gonna take Crash today. We'll see, hopefully all is well. He's meowing at the door. He wants to go outside. But it's 100 and some odd freaking degrees outside today. So poor kids, because those buses are not air conditioned, but they're gonna be okay. And yeah, we're gonna go downstairs. I'm sweating because I was working out, obviously. I would hope you would assume this is not just me trying to trying to clean the pee. I do get in there, but I don't sweat this much. So a bunch of you guys had recommended this, and I was able to get it out with something with a Bissell. It was a Bissell. It was one of the Bissell, like, pet. Was it this one? It wasn't. I don't think it was this one. This I'm just going to take downstairs. I'm trying to organize my whole life. Like, now that everyone's gone, I'm just really in the mood to, like, reset, refocus, reorganize every single thing that's here. No, this is a spot and stain remover. So it was like one of the pet ones that they have. It ended up working. It took forever. I mean, I probably spent like an hour vacuuming 6 by like 4 foot area. It was a very small space, but I really took my time. Super, super hot, super steamy, yada, yada. I think we are gonna go ahead and replace the padding underneath, and we could even theoretically replace the carpet. I'm gonna talk to my cousin about that and see what he says and see if he thinks it's easy or hard, whatever, or if I should do it or not. But that being said, if they're just gonna keep doing it, it's stupid for me to do that. So I need to deal with the problem first, and then figure out a long-term solution for the carpet. We're gonna try this because a ton of you recommended this. And like I said, the other thing worked, and that's what's already in my steamer. So I'm gonna use that too. What's up, girl? I'm midway into, not even midway. No, yeah, I'm like midway into my sourdough. You think I would have it memorized by now. And I kind of do, but then also I don't trust myself. The other day I picked up my bananas. And every single one of them came off of, you know, the top. They all peeled in slow motion. And I was like, this is BS. But I threw them in the fridge, and last night I made banana bread because the kids had been asking for it, and then I knew they wanted some for breakfast, so I'm having a slizzy as well. It's so good. This is the after school banana bread from Joanna Gaines' first cookbook, and I love it. And then this is like the world's saltiest butter that I made, but it's literally so good because salt is amazing and it fixes everything. I'm just waiting for my 20 minutes to pass so that I can you see the clock? No. So that I can add the salt, and then my sourdough will rest for about 2 hours, which is perfect. And then I'm gonna go hop in the shower and stuff as soon as I put the salt in. But I've been watching Painkillers on Netflix. I feel like Netflix sucks a lot of the times. They have horrible movies. I feel like Netflix makes some of the worst movies, like of any major, you know, streaming platform. They are making some of the worst movies. I don't know why, but their series, they're doing good. They're doing good things. So I'm watching Painkillers, which is about, you know, the opioid epidemic, and it's focused on like OxyContin. So this is a good series so far. I'm on like episode 4. I mean, I kind of know how it goes, you know what I mean? Because we live in the real world, and this is, you know, based on real events. But I also want to watch, I don't think I'm going to watch the Johnny Depp one, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. I don't know, I might. And then there was some other one that's on there that looked interesting, and I'm like, sign me up, dog. Kids are at school, I'm chilling, cooking, baking. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta think of dinner. I'm gonna figure dinner out before it gets away from me. Woo, okay, it's 1,000,000 degrees. Well, Crash is in the carrier. I had to trap him on the stairs, but it was relatively, dare I say, easy. It was relatively easy because I tried to like kind of coax him and chill, and then finally I was like, all right, we got to go. I gave myself 30 minutes to get him in, and it took 17. So not that bad, but we gotta go now. And just I thank God how easy that was. We're back from the vet. Escape, escape, escape. Good job, Papa. You did so good. Escape, Papa. And he's like, what was what did I just go through? And $409 later, I was able to confirm Crashy was the problem. The kids are home from school. Yeah, Crashy's got a low-grade UTI, she said. So I got him some medicine. She just shot it into his little buns, and they were even able to trim his nails. He was not going for it, girl. He was not going for it, but he did what he had to do. And he lost weight. Our big boy, I believe he used to be 17 something. I'm gonna double check. And he's 15.9 or something. I don't know, but he's a little baby. He's just a tiny little baby. Unfortunately, cover your ears, he's gotta go back in 15 to 17 days to get rechecked. Pray for me, y'all. It's so hot. It's so hot.
It's so hot.
I know, these kids. All right, I'm going to talk to the kids now. One word to sum up your day, children. First day of school. Hot.
It actually wasn't that bad. It was so hot.
Not that bad.
The floor was like, it felt like somebody spilled water all over it. People were sleeping and
The buses did not have AC.
I would have rather AC than heat.
I've got heat in the winter, but we don't. You know, some of the other schools were actually, like my old school, it was actually called off during the day. Like they sent the kids home at like 10 o'clock in the morning. But I think that's because they didn't have enough air conditioning, like air-conditioned areas in the school.
Yeah.
And Lewis was like, this is child's play. This is every day where I'm from, the heat. And I'm like, right. Just like in the winter when it's 38 degrees somewhere and they're shutting the whole city down. That's because they don't know how to manage that. They're not prepped for that kind of weather.
Down unless it's like negative.
not even. We go through negatives like nothing. We're prepped for the winter stuff, okay? We cannot handle all this heat. I know, this is insane. For it to be in the hundreds is insane. That never happens. Yeah, high 90s is pretty much our max. Anyway, I'm gonna continue my sourdough bread and talk to these peeps. So I realized I really haven't filmed enough for this vlog. My cousins just left. Today's Friday. I think we might go to the movies tonight. If not all of us, maybe just Lewis and Jay. I don't know, not a whole lot planned. So I thought I have been like basically crushing my to-do list. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen. I've been like showing it to you guys as I'm doing it. But interesting. One of the boxes, or a couple of the boxes, had kind of this like orangey, like almost like these orange, do you see it? These orangey streaks in it. Anyway, the flooring is all in. So I knew they were all gonna be different, but you see this? It's almost like, it almost looks like a bright orange. Funky, bro. These almost look like two different floors. I knew it was gonna really vary, but obviously, I guess, I don't care. It looks great. It's gonna be fine. So they're gonna do the grout tomorrow. Obviously, I can't walk on any of this because it's not dry yet, so I don't want to like crack a tile or something or make it unlevel. We got all this stuff going. I did just get this light fixture in. I'm gonna fill the fridge with whatever, like just stuff we already had. Fresca, Prime, Poppies, Red Bulls, and then there's a case of water. I'm just gonna start putting some stuff in there. And this is gonna be the light fixture. So it's gonna be this 8-inch glass bulb. And this was like an open box item, so it was a little bit cheaper. And then it comes with all of these, but I think we're just gonna need the one. And I haven't actually seen if it's gonna match my faucet and stuff yet, which I really lucked out. It's basically a perfect match with the handles and wow, this is a freaking perfect match with the handles and the faucet and soap dispenser and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be really simple, and I'll just get a really pretty bulb. Actually, I probably have a really pretty bulb already. And then this is what the other piece looks like. So this will be the part that is actually in the, in the ceiling. And then this will be the part that's on top of here. Let's go ahead and stock this fridge. This is a fridge that I remember I came home from our camping trip, and it was the first thing I needed to do was go get a fridge because they were measuring for the counter and I needed the fridge to be in here. So I got one of the dual-sided ones, which in theory, this would be way better for somebody who actually holds wine and, has wine and cares about wine, because that's what the other side was meant for. And you only get 3 of these metal ones. So I'm going to sit here and finagle with this, but you get 6 of these wooden ones. So obviously you can mess with it. And then it's dual zone so that you could have, obviously 2 different temperatures if your wine should be at a certain temperature or whatever. Back in the basement, they did more of the flooring today, and I am officially done with my to-do list because I have essentially stocked the fridge down here. I wasn't gonna go buy stuff to stock it with. I have more stuff upstairs, but whatever. This is enough for now. Water, some energy drinks. I have Primes. We have a bunch of Poppies. There's 8 different flavors in here. Shout out Poppy. They actually sent me this case as a, what's it called? PR. Shout out Poppy. Actually, shout out Prime too. Prime sent me these in PR too. And then a bunch of Frescas, and then just a ton of water. I love Nestle Pure Life. They're my jam. I'm gonna fill all this stuff too, but that is for another day, my loves. A bunch of you asked where this acrylic thing, this cake stand thing was from. I showed it to you guys when I had the, what did I have in here? Conchas. I had a bunch of conchas in here. This thing is from Target. It's actually great. Obviously, my sourdough's in here right now. It's great because it has a little tiny lip, and it just creates enough of a seal that it doesn't go stale. So you can even see just from here that the bread is obviously still moist. I don't know if you can tell. But the cool part is that when I want to be a bougie baby, I have my cake stands, which are so bougie. Envision a marble cake stand, whatever. I just sit it on top because I was gonna buy one of those super high fancy pants, very thin glass domes from Crate, But I heard nothing but bad things about the ones manufactured in like the last few years. Apparently only the really old ones were amazing, yada, yada, whatever. Yeah, I think new things are probably not manufactured quite as well as old things, to be honest with you. But this works out because instead of buying just that one cake top to put on a pan, I just throw this whole thing on there, girl. And you can't even really tell because the bottom's acrylic. So it looks like it's just a top. But no, there's a seal. It's amazing. I'm glad people asked about it because I didn't think to talk about it. But anyway, I'll link that if I can still find it. If not, I'm sure there's another one. Now, the reason I'm here and the reason you're not looking at my face is because there's some stuff stuck in my teeth. Because I made tacos earlier, and it was like made of steak, bacon, onion. I made the little salsita. I made like a special little sour cream because Jay won't eat salsa. And then I made a bunch of damn food, bro. It was fire, okay? Well, one of my kids thought it was fire. The other one hasn't eaten. It's 9 o'clock at night, whatever. She's not hungry. So I got to show you this, okay? Because I made tortillas today, and I made these at 5 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock, okay? It's 8:59. When I tell you, these are still warm. Like, this is literally still warm right now. Look, don't judge my tortillas, okay, girl? My tortilla press sucks, and then I'm new. Leave me alone. But they taste good, okay? They are literally still warm. It's been 4 hours. I forgot about the freaking things. I was scrolling TikTok, watching TV, whatever. But this little keeper here, I'm sure you can get them wherever. I'm sure they have Mexican stores or whatever. But this one I grabbed at World Market for like $10, $13. I don't know, girl. But magic, okay? How is the tortilla still warm? And they were hot. They were hot for like an hour. Like hot. Like you pulled it out. That boy was still steaming. I don't know. Is it the cutest print? Not necessarily. Not my number one pick. But does it get the job done? You bet your ass it does. I guess I'll let you see my face despite the fact that there's food in my teeth. I don't care. I'm about to go brush my teeth. I'm going upstairs. My grandma used to roll tortillas so tight in the palm of her hand. I wish she was alive. I wish my grandma didn't die before I became an adult. Because I would have liked to experience her as an adult. Like me as an adult, being able to have adult conversations with a person who really helped to raise me for a very, very long time. I mean, I lived with my grandma. While my parents were here, my parents sent me to Mexico to live with my grandma. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. But when my mom went through her addiction and she had to deal with all that and we all got sent to Mexico, we got sent to my dad who was there, but he did not want me. He didn't want any of us, but I was no use to him. I was no good to him. I was just a 10-year-old girl. I could only do what I could do. I could run the little paleta machine making bolis, and they would always pop, and it was so hot and I would burn myself all the time. But he didn't have a bed for me. He didn't have a place for me. He was to sleep in an armchair just like that. And because I was so scared, long story, I was scared of something. I used to pee in the armchair. And anyway, my grandma who lived across the street was like, you are not staying there. And I didn't. She took me and I slept in her bed every day. And she took me to church every day. And she had me watching her favorite novela at the time, which was called Angela. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful time in my life. And I saw her after that, after we came back and everything. I saw her after that because my dad and my uncle, I have one uncle who made his family here in the U.S. He's in Mexico again now. He's still alive. But his family, when I talk about my cousins, I'm talking about his kids. She would come here to stay with my grandma would come here to stay with my uncle. So I did see her after that, after she came back. But she died. I remember getting the text message. I was 16 years old. I just got a phone. I was at lunch, and my brother text messaged me, which was still a special thing back then. You weren't just getting messages. And yeah, he told me that she had passed away. But I just really wish I could have experienced her as an adult, because she was like, she was just the best. I know she would have had a huge impact on me as an adult. She was a huge influence in in our lives. She's the one who brought God into our lives. Not that it stuck necessarily, but hey, I came back around. If I could get like another year with one person, it wouldn't be my dad. I had lots of years with him. It really resulted in nothing. It would be her. 100%. Okay, that's it. Good night.